fighting for love. That's me, I want you. Oh, turn me on again. Just can't face myself alone. Won't you run back inside, darling, you know just what I'm here for. So you're scared and you're thinking that maybe we ain't right.
Welcome back, Mark here. I hope you enjoyed the concert footage. I attended that show last April. It was held at the JMA Wireless Dome in Syracuse, New York. Bruce and the E Street Band put on a fantastic show. Everything one would expect. And it's been a minute since I've been to a Springsteen concert. The last concert I saw was probably in the mid to late 80s. Just fantastic. He played for a solid 3 hours. There were more augmentation players than I expected. He had a horn section, a percussionist, a couple backup singers. But overall, it was a great show. A couple of the members aren't with us anymore. Danny, of course, who played the organ and the accordion, and then Clarence Clemens. Although Clarence's nephew, Jake, is now a member of the band, and he's just an excellent saxophone player, and he and Bruce seem to have great chemistry. So it was just a fantastic concert. I'm glad I went. I don't think I need to see Bruce again, but it was a great show. Fantastic. I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to share my 5 favorite Bruce Springsteen albums with you. I've had my channel for approximately 3 years, and I don't believe I've ever posted a top 5 or a top 10 video, so this is definitely past due. So we're going to start with number 5, Tunnel of Love. This was released in 1987. We'll call this Bruce's breakup album. Bruce was married in 1985. Probably not the best time for him to have tied the knot. He was coming off of the most successful album of his career. Just on top of his game. Still a young man. All that being said, I would guess that at that time in his life, Bruce had the time and the patience for one person, and that was Bruce. But heartache and misery always lend themselves to great art, and I'm a real sucker for a breakup album, and this does not disappoint. Mainly comprised of ballads. There are 1 or 2 up-tempo rockers on the album, Spare Parts being one of them, but man, do I love the music on this album. You have Tougher Than the Rest, absolutely beautiful. All That Heaven Will Allow, Walk Like a Man, Valentine's Day, Brilliant Disguise. I'm not a huge fan of the track Tunnel of Love. That just did not resonate with me, but this is really a beautiful album. Number 4, released in 1980. This is a 2 LP set, The River. And this includes a bunch of tracks that were left over from the prior release. This contains 2 of my favorite Springsteen songs, Independence Day, and the title track, Hungry Heart, is also included on this album. Now, Bruce initially wrote that for the Ramones. His manager heard it. He was like, "No, you're not giving away gold. You're keeping this for yourself." Just wonder what that song would have become in the hands of the Ramones. Can't say I'm a big fan of that song, but Cadillac Ranch, The Ties That Bind, Stolen Car, it's just filled with great music. Coming in hot at number 3, Born in the USA. This is an album people love to hate. This kind of has a Fleetwood Mac rumors complex. There are times when an album can be too successful. There were 7 songs released off of this album, and they all charted. Too much of anything is never good. But coming back to it a few decades later, I understand why it was so successful. I don't like the title track. That's just not to my liking. But No Surrender, Bobby Jean, Downbound Train, My Hometown, all fantastic. And Bruce performed a bunch of songs from this album at the concert, and the crowd went wild when he performed No Surrender. I don't think that's a song that he performs often, and I mean, people just went off the chart when they played that one. I struggled with first and second place. I love the music on both of these albums equally. These are 2 heartfelt titles. Bruce's storytelling, strong melodies, lyrics, these 2 represent 2 high points in his career. But ultimately, Born to Run came in second place. This was released in 1975, and this is the 3rd title in his catalog. The first 2 titles were released in 1973. Critics loved them. The buying public, not so much. And to be honest, I'm not crazy about those 2 titles. This, on the other hand, again, I just adore this album. Of course, you have the title track, Thunder Road, which is my favorite Springsteen song. But then you have 10th Avenue Freeze Out. Man, Steve Van Zandt arranged the horns on that piece of music, and that's pretty much what secured his place in the band. And Steve is listed as a producer on many of Bruce's albums, and he just kind of stands in the back, but Mr. Van Zandt is an amazing musician, guitarist. Anyway, this is not my play copy. I thought I'd give you a little eye candy. This is a promotional album. I believe there were 200 of these sent to radio stations and probably some media outlets. Bruce did not sign off on this cover. The commercial release has the title in block lettering instead of the script. There's no writing inside the gatefold. This was released in a brown paper bag, similar to Led Zeppelin's In Through the Outdoor. It also would have had a couple sheets with the lyrics, the production credits, probably some notes to the radio programmers. I do not have that as well. And it's just a very basic white label. Again, no track listing. All right, drum roll please. Number 1, Nebraska. This album was released in 1982. Bruce went solo on this one. This is a very intimate recording. He recorded it on a just a home 4-track recorder. I don't remember if it was a Fostex or a Tascam unit. Just Bruce on guitar and harmonica. I hate the sound of the harmonica. It's just a terrible sounding instrument, and that is the only thing that detracts from this masterpiece. The storytelling was never as good as it was on this album. So many classics. Mansion on the Hill, My Father's House. Absolutely love that song. Probably my favorite on this album. State Trooper, Atlantic City. This is just a high point or another high point in his career. I think he might have been depressed at the time. And again, that always produces great art. And these are hard to find in good condition. It's such a quiet recording that any little scratch or scuff will come through. This has been reissued, and I just highly recommend this album. It's absolutely beautiful. All right, that's it. Thanks again for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay safe.